So, Elite Dangerous was the game going in that I really was excited to play. I thought, wow, space combat, that sounds awesome. And when I got into it, it was just a bit too complicated for me. To the point where I don't really play this game regularly, unfortunately. I did pick it up last year on the Steam Winter Sale. I'm not saying that this isn't a great game. I'm sure it's awesome for folks that are really into realistic simulator type games, and also games that like to have lots and lots of preparing shaders and loading. Um, Now, what I actually did... Wow, now the controller's not working. Let's make sure our controller's plugged in. It is. There we go. Was training, but these are all training videos. So I think if I do this basic flight training, this will give you a good idea of where I was when I was at the showcase. And it was just super complicated. Now this game has been around for ages.
Anybody in there? Hey, pilot, do you read me? You look like you got yourself in a fix. Your ship's so dead in the water, I almost mistook it for one of these asteroids. Let me launch a repair drone, see if I can't get that crate back online. Lucky I showed up when I did. You wouldn't last long out here in your current predicament.
So the other thing is, these asteroids, I would think, would look a little bit better than these little kind of grayscale asteroids.
Okay, your power's back up and running. Some control systems are still offline, but you should have basic drive functionality now. You might want to check that your throttle's still working. Go ahead and set your throttle, Commander. Well, that's a result. We might just get this rust bucket space-worthy. Drone repair sequence is still running on your ship. You're lucky I had these things. They're not what you'd class as standard equipment. Your attitude control should now be active. See if you can pitch your ship up and down. Give it a go. That looks to be in working order. Let's see if we can get you rolling again. Okay, you should be able to give it a try now. Spin your ship on its central axis using your roll controls. Good job, Commander. One final axis of control and you should be good to go. Yaw is back online now. Why don't you try pivoting your ship from side to side? That's it, Commander. It would appear you have a semi-operational sidewinder on your hands. I wouldn't take any chances, though, so you best get that ship into dock for repairs. There's an outpost nearby. See if you can make it there. I guess now might be a good time to introduce myself. My name's Blaine. I'm something of a freelancer in these parts. You know, this could be a lucky break for both of us. I've been looking for a business partner.
I feel like this tutorial is actually better than the last time I played the game.
Under their wing. Show you the ropes, so to speak. I have to say, it's not often I help out strangers like this. So I think you owe me one. The least you can do is buy me a Levy and brandy. I'll see you at the outpost, Commander.
Go back to this training menu, we go back to the main menu, and that's really the first I actually played, was that a similar sequence, but I swear the sequence is much more improved. Maybe it's because I'm playing with an Xbox controller, not a HOTAS. The HOTAS was just way too complicated for me. Now we're going to play a CQC. This was the second thing I dropped into. and I'm just gonna go ahead and play a deathmatch. I'm sure there's probably other players, or not. Kind of hope there aren't. Now, I was up against one bot in the mode that I played at the Steam VR Developer Showcase, and I just kept trying to shoot that one bot over and over, kind of just looping around, because I didn't know what I was doing. I had never flown a spaceship before, and overall, like I said, I ended up being kind of disappointed in Elite Dangerous. I picked it up rather inexpensively. I've never picked up the Horizons content pack. So I don't have like a season pass to get the further updates. I just have the original game in Arena. It looks like it's never going to find a match, so we're going to go ahead and cancel out. I'm going to go back into the training. I think there was a challenge scenario. Let's see if I can do a training mission. Let's do combat training. Yeah, this combat training is the second thing that I did.
I've got a tip-off for you, Commander. Potential bounty hunting opportunity. The target should be passing through this sector soon. Don't worry, you got this. There he is, right on time. Don't get too excited, though. Before you engage, you need to make sure he still has a bounty on his head. The target is shooting to scan it. The longer you wait, the more you lose the element of surprise, Commander. Right, he's definitely your mark. Time to deploy your hard points, Commander. Weapons hot. Concentrate your primary fire on the target,
And this
Commander.
is the part where I always fail.
Your little friend here has a combat rank of harmless. Seems to have left the hangar without any shields, so you should be able to make light work of him.
Light work, yeah.
Just a few hits should do it, Commander. You've got this one.
Under attack.
And this is almost identical to how horrible I was back then. And I spent a good deal of time trying to shoot this guy. Probably the rest of the 15 minutes after learning how to fly. And I did a lot of circling, just like this. Hey, I actually killed him this time.
Nice work, Commander. You're about 3,000 credits richer. Bad news is, it looks like his buddy is out for revenge. This target might put up more of a fight, so I'd say more firepower's in order. Might want to switch to your secondary fire group to bring your pulse laser online. It would be much easier to dispatch this target with some pulse lasers. Switch your fire group. It would be much easier to dispatch this target with some pulse lasers. Switch your fire group. Use your pulse lasers to deplete the enemy's shields. When their shield generator is offline, open fire with your multi-cannon to do some serious hull damage. To really gain the upper hand in combat, use the ship's power distribution to its full potential. Shifting the power between systems, engines, and weapons will mean you have power where you need it, when you need it. This target won't put up much of a fight, so I'd suggest you put full pips to weapons. Stay on him, Commander. There's not a lot of fight left in him.
Target shields offline. Target shields online.
Boo. Probably not gonna get this guy dead.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. I'm impressed, Commander. Just remember, it pays to know your enemy.
They're
Not all
impressed.
targets
That's
will
funny.
crumble so easily.
So the next title we had was one of my all-time favorites. It's actually called Budget Cuts, and right now it's still only available as a premature demo. But Budget Cuts is one of a kind right now. Takes the aspects of Portal, takes the aspects of a heist, and and kind of blends them together in a very unique package, which right now is sadly only available as a demo, but as we get into 2017, Budget Cuts is one of my highly anticipated titles. This is a extremely early build. It's actually a little bit more refined from what I saw in January, but it's been out since April and hasn't really changed all that much. I am definitely looking forward to the full game. Thank you, Neat Corp.
Okay, so this is it.
Now, this team, when I met them, I believe was only 3 people. I met 2 of them at the Steam VR Developer Showcase, and they were as excited to show us their title as we were to play. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't actually take me the full 15 minutes, but I am a bit out of practice. I haven't played Budget Cuts in a few months.
I forgot to tell you, this place is guarded by deadly robots. They will shoot anyone at the office at these hours, so be very careful from this point onwards.
And again, one of the things I can definitely say is this title, like many of the others, probably pretty playable and adaptable to a 180-degree format for Oculus Touch once it comes out. There's one of those deadly robots. For now, I'm going to kind of hide from said deadly robots. Why don't you come with me? You're one of Transcorp's finest. Oh heck, I'll just take you over here with me. So this kind of reminds me of in Metal Gear when you have to hide the bodies of the soldiers. Oh look, gone robot. Can hide in here. Must be in one of these filing cabinets. Oh look, it's a key. What that did is unlocked that. Oh no! Space-time disrupted. So, Been there. Ah, been a while. As you can see, I'm extremely rusty. Look at that oil spilling out everywhere. Poor thing. Just in case I needed more. There's some convenient knives here. More than I can even carry. Use this key here, and this gives me a different weapon. I am not a fan of the crossbow, and I won't be using it. that security camera. My job application is approved. And I've definitely finished a demo of budget cuts. And you can play the same level again. That's really all there is to the game. There's not really anything further. But we'll go ahead and go back in until our time ends and kind of just screw around a bit.
Okay, so this is it.
I've had friends that have really squatted down and put their face right up against the ground when you're up in that crawl space. It's pretty funny. One thing I haven't figured out how to do is juggle. I can throw things at each other, but I'm not very good at juggling yet. There's toilet paper and cups and lots of other things scattered about. But one of the things that you see a lot of in these trash bins is this perfectly crumpled paper. You'll see that same perfectly crumpled paper in many different locations. I'm going to collect some crumpled paper, I think. At least until we run out of time. Hey, look! Perfectly crumpled paper. The other thing you can do, stick your face through. Suddenly we're in a different hallway. There's nothing there, so I'm not going to go that way. Let's see what's against this wall. Huh. That's interesting. You can kind of see the whole map from here.
I forgot to tell you, this place is guarded by deadly robots. They will shoot anyone at the office at these hours, so be very careful from this point onwards.
And that's time. So, budget cuts, a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it wasn't coming out for a while, so it couldn't be my favorite title. It is definitely my most anticipated title for the Vive coming into 2017. And now we're going to move on, I believe, to the Gallery. This is Cloudhead Games' first VR title, which is the Gallery Episode 1, Call of the Starseed. Now, this particular title is an episodic game. So the second title, I think it's called Heart of the Emberstone, is in development right now. The full game was originally called The Gallery 6 Elements. I've actually played demos with the Cloudhead developers a couple of times. Once was at PAX West, which was actually called PAX Prime at the time. And then the second time was at the Steam VR Developer Showcase. We're going to play the tutorial just like I did at the Steam VR Developer Showcase.
Hey, Al, I'm glad you made it. There's a big world out there waiting for you to explore. But first, I have to teach you a few things. Don't worry, you'll be on your feet in no time. All right, take a look at your hands. Try to close them for me. Great. Now, take a look around you. See those glowing walls? They represent your real-world space.
Cool.
As long as you stay within those walls,
I'm not going to hurt anything.
Perfectly safe and free to move around. Oh my! How convenient that these bottles have arrived. Walk up to a bottle, grab it, and smash it.
There we go.
So,
Bottle smash.
we've confirmed that your hands work. Now, let's teach you how to explore. Still there? Rad. Traveling through the world requires that you move your play space, and to do that, you just blink. Let's give it a shot. Look at your feet. Now, look at the horizon. The blink gamer will follow your head, not your hands. But you can change that later if you want. Good job! You completed your first blink. Now you can explore on your own. Karate chop some more bottles. Use blink to get to the bottles, and use your hands to do the chopping. You are a mother blinking natural. Here, now I'll show you a little trick. Blink also allows you to rotate your space, which can be mighty useful in a tight spot. Give it a try. Good. Notice how that glowing dot shows you the direction you'll be facing. You've got moving around down to a science. Now smash the rest of those bottles into smithereens.
I think that's it.
Good job, bud. It's been fun bossing you around, but it's time for you to wake up and start this adventure.
So the visuals in this game are quite stunning. The game itself is only around an hour and a half to 2 hours in length. Again, it's episodic. That was a pretty impressive title sequence, wasn't it? So I want to start out at the beach. There's some credits there as well. Let's start on the beach. Hopefully this will start me at the beginning of the beach sequence.
So it all begins at Siren Point.
Now, I've played through and unlocked the whole game. I'm not sure if things are still unlocked. But you'll at least get a general idea of what this beach looks like. It's pretty awesome. So, you start out kind of in this cavern. And there's a lighthouse over there. You'll see the water rippling as I kind of go through. Things you'll never get. Nice try. And you can interact with pretty much everything. Like I can pick up these bottles, I can throw them. And a pretty impressive thing, if you pick up this shell, hold it up to your ear of the ocean, just like you would with any other color slip. And that's the level of detail in this game. I can pick up this candle. You'll notice that the light follows the candle. Not a lot of light, but it does follow the candle. So over here, you'll notice this door should be locked, hopefully, still.
Well, that one. 3 shells, 2 dial sticks, and 1 thermite stick.
So it's locked. You have to figure out puzzles to get that unlocked. You can hear someone wandering around there. This campsite. Bit of a pine cone here. Throw that on the fire. Tosses it back out. There's other cool things like, look at that. It's Spiffy Pop popcorn. Well, happens when you hold popcorn in a Jiffy Pop. I mean Spiffy Pop container over the fire. Of course, now popping that corn. Can't really open it or anything of that nature, but at least it lets you pop it. There's also these wonderful fireworks. If you want to make a fireworks display VR, this is the best way to do it. And it really is pretty magnificent. What I'm going to do now is pick up 2 more of those rockets. More of a fireworks show. There's also this Spalding beach ball. Kind of reminds me of a ball from a movie called Castaway. A lot of homages, but you can shoot it at the basketball hoop. I'm a terrible throw. Either way, you get the general idea. Can't pick up that box. You can pick up the radio. Don't really have a need to. Inside you got a can of beer. You throw that on the fire, it explodes. Let's go further down into the beach here. Again, really great visuals. You can see the tent over there. You can actually go inside this tent, and if you lay down inside the tent for 8 hours, you get an achievement. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take this. Wants me to pick up this flashlight. There's the backpack. So this has all the items that you would use in the game in it. It's also got some stuff that you don't use in the game, like the world's greatest professor mug, some Dayglow orange. Looks like silly string. This is kind of cool. gives you the options for the game and kind of like a Game Boy-esque. We'll now put that away. We're going to navigate through this cavern system a bit. Now again, I can turn just by doing that, which is pretty cool. So I can actually face a single direction. Again, this game does not require 360 degrees to work. And one of the things I didn't pick up is the cassette deck to play this tape. It gives you some important clues. Oh, actually, the cassette player is here.
Alex, where are you? Waited as long as I can. Turns out a guy called the Professor found something here, and whatever it is, he thinks it's important enough to lock away. It might be what we're looking for. He lives in the sewer, but he set up a human security system to keep CIA agents out. Pretty sure he's paranoid. I could tell you exactly how to reach him, but where's the fun in that? Fine, I'll give you a clue. Start off by tossing something at the metal box above the stove. What you need is in there. Come on, Al. Action, adventure, possible trespassing charge.
So that is an extremely important clue. You'll see why in just a moment. So there's a box above the stove. We're going to pick up this pan. I'm going to toss it at that box. That box comes down. Whoops. You'll notice, first of all, I'm glad that you came back. Be careful. The CSIs and FBI, they're coming, Liz. They had to lock the sewer gate to keep them out. Find the 3B on the B. Pete is listening, RY. And I believe, no, I can't set that. Oh, there it is. I did set it on fire. So I've destroyed that evidence. So when we go over here, see another cassette. Put those, well, I wanted to put those flares away, but apparently I can't. Which means I'm missing a flare gun, which should have also been in that box. Perhaps setting fire to things killed that for us. That's very odd. Well, we might not be able to go much further. One of the cool things, though, are you can read the International Morse code here, and it says wait for B, E, and it was actually bells. But we're all out of time on that one. It's a very interesting adventure game, and one I definitely recommend, no matter the price. I believe it may be on sale for the Steam Winter Sale this week. Even if it's not, check it out. Again, the Gallery Call of the Starseed, a very fun adventure game with lots of extra diversions you can do, like I was just describing.